Hello, everyone, and welcome to Postcard English Stories. I'm so glad you're here today. In this video, we're going to explore a very interesting and helpful topic that I believe will significantly improve your English skills. Whether you're just starting out or have been learning English for a while, you're sure to find some useful tips that will help you progress in your communication skills. Get ready for some effective and inspiring learning tips. Today, we're going to share some little secrets that will make learning English easier and more fun than ever. The initial fear. When learning English. When you first start learning English, many people feel anxious and hesitant, especially when it comes to speaking with native speakers or using English in situations outside the classroom. This feeling is not uncommon and is perfectly natural. The fear comes from many factors: worrying about pronunciation, being judged, making mistakes, or simply not feeling confident in one's abilities. Learning a language, especially a complex one like English, is a new challenge at every step. It can often feel like we're stuck in self-imposed limitations. However, the important thing is to realize that this fear is not something insurmountable. It's just part of the learning process, and if we accept it, we can overcome these negative feelings and move forward. One of the most effective ways to overcome this fear is by taking small steps, accepting that we will make mistakes, and learning from those mistakes. Only by facing the fear and accepting failure can we progress and grow. Overcoming the fear of making mistakes. The fear of making mistakes is one of the main reasons many English learners feel anxious. Every time they make a mistake, they may feel like they're not good enough or fear being judged by others. However, the reality is that everyone makes mistakes when learning, and it's an essential part of the process. Native speakers also make mistakes when learning other languages. Therefore, it's crucial to understand that making mistakes is part of the learning journey and does not define our value or abilities. It's unfortunate to avoid speaking or communicating because of the fear of making mistakes. Every time we use English, whether speaking or writing, we're practicing and improving our skills. Those who excel in English are often those who have overcome the fear of making mistakes and dared to try, even knowing that they are not perfect. The more we speak and use English, the more confident and proficient we become. One way to overcome the fear of mistakes is by changing how we view them. Instead of seeing them as failures, we should view mistakes as valuable lessons. Each mistake is an opportunity to learn and improve. Look at mistakes as part of the journey, not as obstacles. Confidence. When speaking English, one of the most effective ways to overcome fear is to build confidence. This doesn't happen overnight, but it's the result of consistent practice and effort. Confidence in speaking English doesn't come from speaking perfectly, but from daring to use the language naturally, even knowing it won't always be perfect. The first step to building confidence is to start with simple communication situations. Don't worry too much about whether you're saying things correctly. What matters is that you try to communicate. Every time you confidently say a sentence in English, even with mistakes, you're getting closer to your goal. If you can say a complete sentence and the listener understands you, that is success. Remember, effective communication depends not only on correct vocabulary and grammar, but also on the ability to convey ideas and emotions. Creating a positive learning environment. Another important factor in overcoming fear when learning English is creating a supportive and positive learning environment. Communicating and learning with people who share the same goals will make you feel more confident. Find friends or study groups where you can practice English comfortably. In such groups, you'll feel less judged and have the opportunity to practice in a safe space. Additionally, creating a language learning environment in your everyday life is also very important. Watch movies, listen to music, or read books in English. Practicing English daily will improve your listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills, and help you feel more at ease using the language. Persistence and learning from mistakes. Finally, the most important thing when overcoming fear and building confidence is persistence. Learning a new language is a long journey, and there will be times when you feel like giving up. But remember, persistence is the key to overcoming any difficulty. Every time you speak English, you're taking a step closer to confidence and fluency. Keep in mind that learning English is a continuous process, and each mistake is an opportunity to learn and improve. Overcoming fear and building confidence in learning English is essential for success in language learning. Remember, no one learns English without making mistakes, and the more mistakes we make, the more we learn. What matters is staying persistent and continually practicing, confidently stepping out and using English every day. Only when you dare to try will you make progress and reach your goals. Listening. Improving your ability to recognize and understand the language. One of the key factors in improving your speaking skills in English is practicing listening. Listening is a basic skill that learners need to develop alongside speaking. The reason for this is that listening helps you get accustomed to the rhythm, intonation, and pronunciation of native speakers, which in turn helps you pronounce words more accurately and use vocabulary properly. When you listen to English regularly, your brain gradually gets used to the sounds of the language. Listening to natural conversations, like watching movies, TV shows, or listening to podcasts, helps you understand how words are pronounced in real-life contexts. Additionally, through listening, you'll learn phrases, idioms, and ways to express yourself that you can use in everyday communication. A very effective listening method is to listen without trying to understand everything right away. If you don't fully understand a conversation, it doesn't mean you're not learning anything. In fact, your brain is working to recognize the sounds and link them to their meanings. Keep practicing listening, and you'll find that you gradually understand more and more. Speaking. The importance of practicing communication. Speaking practice is an extremely important step in improving your ability to use English. You can learn many vocabulary words and grammar, but if you don't practice speaking, you'll struggle in real-life conversations. Speaking practice helps you build confidence, improve your reflexes, and use words correctly in specific situations. One effective way to practice speaking is by interacting with friends or other learners. If you can join an English study group, you'll have the opportunity to communicate in a more relaxed and comfortable setting. This not only helps you learn natural ways to express yourself, but also provides a chance to correct your mistakes and improve your pronunciation. Aside from practicing with friends, another method is talking to yourself. This is a practice you can do anywhere, and it doesn't require anyone else to participate. You can ask yourself questions and answer them, or even create a conversation on your own. This practice helps you think in English and makes you feel more confident when communicating with others. Another benefit of speaking practice is improving your reflexes. When you speak regularly, your ability to respond quickly will improve. This is crucial when you're having real conversations, as you won't always Have time to think carefully before responding. Reading aloud. Improving pronunciation and intonation. Reading aloud is a great way to practice pronunciation and intonation effectively. When you read aloud from a text or article, you're practicing how to pronounce words, phrases, and even sentence intonation. This will help you improve both your listening and speaking skills, and also build your confidence when using English in conversation. When reading, you can also pay attention to intonation and stress in sentences. Intonation is the element that helps listeners understand the emotions and meaning behind a sentence. Just like speaking naturally in a conversation, reading aloud helps you practice expressing emotions and meaning accurately. Additionally, while reading, you can also use shadowing techniques, repeating immediately after hearing. This is an effective way to practice accurate pronunciation. You listen to a passage and try to repeat it right after hearing it, aiming to mimic the speaker's pronunciation as closely as possible. This method helps improve not only pronunciation, but also listening and remembering how to use the language. Talking to yourself, the benefits of solo practice. A simple yet highly effective method is to talk to yourself. You can do this when doing chores, walking, or even while driving. Try to express your thoughts in English. Ask yourself questions, or even tell a story. Talking to yourself helps you practice thinking and responding in English without needing anyone else to participate. It's also a great way to build confidence and get comfortable using English in various situations. This practice helps you become more flexible in communication and helps you speak more naturally when you have someone else in the conversation. Another benefit of talking to yourself is improving your reflexes. The more you practice speaking, the quicker you can respond. This is important when you're having real-life conversations, where you often don't have the time to think too long before answering. Consistent practice is the key to success. Finally, regular practice is a crucial factor in achieving success in learning English. You don't need to practice a lot each day, but spending some time every day to practice will help you maintain progress and prevent feeling left behind. The more you practice, the more confident and fluent you'll become in using English. One effective way to stay motivated is to set small goals. You can start with simple goals, like learning a few new words each day, practicing pronunciation with a short passage, or having a brief conversation. Every time you achieve a goal, you'll feel proud and motivated to keep learning. Regular practice, especially listening, speaking, and reading aloud, is the key to improving your English speaking skills. Practicing helps you get used to the language, improves your pronunciation and intonation, and, most importantly, builds your confidence to communicate effectively. Remember, learning a language is not a race, but a continuous journey. Keep practicing, and you'll see progress every day. Mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. Learning a new language, especially English, is full of mistakes. When you first start learning English, it's easy to get discouraged when you can't express yourself exactly the way you want or when you make pronunciation or grammar errors. However, one of the most important factors for success is accepting mistakes as a natural part of the learning process. Many learners worry about making mistakes and tend to avoid speaking to prevent being criticized. However, if we don't make mistakes, we can't improve. Each mistake is an opportunity to learn and understand the language better. The key is not letting mistakes discourage you, but to view them as progress in your learning journey. Making mistakes also helps you recognize areas where you need to improve. Instead of feeling embarrassed by your mistakes, see them as an opportunity to get better at using English. Every mistake will give you more insight into effective communication, as well as improve your language skills. Maintaining a positive attitude toward mistakes. Having a positive attitude when facing mistakes is crucial for not getting discouraged. Instead of seeing mistakes as failures, consider them valuable lessons. Successful learners don't give up when they face difficulties, but learn from their mistakes and keep going. One way to maintain a positive attitude is to not be too hard on yourself every time you make a mistake. Criticizing yourself too harshly only leads to disappointment and reduces motivation. Instead, remind yourself that everyone learns from their mistakes and you're on the right track. Remember that progress doesn't happen overnight, and making mistakes is a sign that you're truly learning and growing. Each mistake is a small step towards mastering the language, so learn to appreciate and respect your learning process. Reward yourself when achieving goals. One way to stay motivated when learning English is to celebrate small victories. Sometimes learners can get too focused on big goals, like speaking English fluently or mastering communication, and forget that every small step matters. For example, when you learn a new set of vocabulary words, or when you complete a listening exercise, that's a success worth celebrating. You can reward yourself by doing something you enjoy or simply feeling proud of your progress. Small achievements like these will make you feel happy and motivated to continue learning. When you successfully complete an English conversation or understand a movie without subtitles, that's a significant success. Take a moment to reward yourself and appreciate your progress. Not only will this make you feel good about yourself, but it will also help build your confidence during your learning journey. Mistakes are opportunities for learning. When learning English, one of the most important things is to learn from your mistakes. Don't just view mistakes as something bad. See them as opportunities to learn and improve. When you make a mistake, you can receive feedback from others or recognize your weaknesses. For example, if you misuse a word, you can learn how to use it correctly the next time. Moreover, recognizing and understanding your mistakes helps you avoid repeating them in the future. If you mispronounce a word, practice pronouncing it correctly so you don't make the same mistake again. Correcting mistakes helps you progress quickly and build a strong foundation in using English. Share mistakes and successes with others. One way to learn from mistakes is to share your learning process with others. You can join English study groups, share your mistakes and lessons learned, or exchange experiences with other learners. Not only does this give you valuable feedback, but it also creates a supportive community for learning. Sharing mistakes and successes not only helps you learn, but it also reassures you that you're not alone in this journey. This will encourage you to keep going and not give up when you face challenges. Patience and persistence. Finally, understanding that learning English is a long and challenging process helps you not get discouraged when you make mistakes. Patience is the key to success. Don't worry if you don't reach your goals quickly. Keep practicing and learning from mistakes, and you'll see progress every day. Mistakes are an important part of learning English and provide opportunities for growth. Instead of getting frustrated, learn to see mistakes as valuable lessons and keep moving forward. Every step, no matter how small, should be celebrated. The important thing is to not give up and always maintain a positive attitude during the learning process. Reward yourself when you achieve a goal and view each mistake as a significant step in your learning journey. Thank you so much for watching this video on Postcard English Stories. If you found today's tips and learning methods helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And please comment below this video. Let me know where you're from so we can connect and learn from each other. Keep your motivation high, keep practicing, and I'm excited to see the great progress you'll make. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next video.